Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So I hope everyone are doing great. Today, as you all are aware, maybe that we are going to have a discussion on deaf travelers. So this is not going to be the same experience in this like what we had in the first discussion, no. So we are going to have something different here. So we are going to welcome three deaf travelers over here, and I will be introducing them one by one. So waiting for some people to join. Could you please raise up the hand, Deepak? Sorry, Dinesh. Deepesh. All right. So I wholeheartedly welcome you all, Jashankar, Karuna, and Deepesh. And just a slight introduction of you, Jayashankar. Yeah, so my name is Jayashankar. Can I please request you to settle down your camera a bit? Or you can sign your name a bit up. So yeah, my name is Jayashankar, and sorry. So I am not able to see Jayashankar's sign, so I requested him to just settle some camera angles so that we can see the signing in a much better way. Could you please make it till the chest, Jayashankar ji? Quite more down. Okay, now sounds better. So, okay. So I'm really sorry what happened, no, Deepak. So I was saying that my name is Jayashankar, and I'm right here in Bangalore working. And so this was my introduction. So I was requesting to sign bit slow, otherwise you can carry on. Really sorry. Please go ahead. Don't repeat it. Just go further in a bit slow way. All right. So I was saying, yeah, you were saying, where do you work? Yeah. So I work in a private firm where it's kind of photography work, and also I'm into some other works as well, in the private sector only. So there are kind of 3 to 4 works where I am engaged in, and it's been more than kind of years, we can say. Okay, so thank you, Jay Shankar. So now, Karuna, could you please introduce? Hello, my name is Karuna, and I'm from Bombay, and I'm working here in a MNC. Okay, you're working in MNC. Great. And now, Deepesh, could you please introduce yourself? So, hello, my name is Deepesh, and my sign is this, and I'm from Rajasthan, and I'm working in a deaf school in Ahmedabad. All right, great. Thank you. So, I will request Karuna and Deepesh to be here in the meeting with us, but we will be questioning Jayashankar for some time, and then we will be questioning Jayashankar ji. All right. So just a minute, I'm going to share a video. Just a minute, I'm going to share a video with everyone. All right, so everyone, I'm going to share a video where you can find Jayashankar's experience of traveling. All right, great. I hope everyone saw this video. Everyone, right? Have you seen? So this was the experience of Jai Shankar ji. So I'm going to question him. So firstly, my question to Jai Shankar is like, what made you to travel along in the nation? Could you please share that? Yes. So I was working as a photographer in a firm, and when I joined it for a year, I felt that, oh, this is so surprisingly like um it's kind of a trip where company gives us or we need to do that and we have to share some bills or anything like that. So okay, so for a few days it was all right. Yes, so when I went for the first time I was so fearful, I was anxious about it. I felt boring, but with the meantime, like, I rolled up my sleeves that yes, I can do something. Like, it's been kind of interestful with me, like somehow the place is near my location, and also like with the year time I felt that I can go more over. So you have to take the trips, with the people. You have to take a group of people along for the trip. And then, so it was like a year of experience for me. And this was the first time, like when I went, and then, okay, so it was like a kind of many days trips, So it was really nice, and I was really happy. And I was really nice that I feel really nice that I have been doing the traveling and all. So it was inspiring to me, or I was happy to doing it. All right. So you have family, like you have two children, your wife. So in the family, like, do you think um like in the year you are being experienced too much of traveling? You think that managing expenses or something was not bit much difficult for you, like traveling with the family was okay for you? um See, it was something like for the expenses I thought so that okay, I can do, let me take my family along, and how will they manage further. So I just tried it, and with the meantime, like, it was just a habit to me. And this is how, from my childhood, I was so keen to be with my family, and we were traveling here and there. So this is how I want that my family can go up with me. And this is how my interest developed. And everyone liked to be. So this is how I started. Okay, got it. So you didn't miss any trips, right? Yeah. So I have been into 25 states. OMG, you have been into 25 states, including union territories and other. So outside of the India as well? Yes, I guess 5 places. Um, like maybe UK, and then Britain, and then Italy or Nepal, sorry. And this is one sign name of the place. Sri Lanka as well I went. And I have been to many places, like kind of these many places, Oh, wow. And this is how I travel. And I keep on traveling like this, and I want to keep this spirit live in me. Okay, so you can manage with your family, traveling here and there. But just a minute. Are you okay, Jayashankar ji? Yeah, sorry, you were saying something. So I was saying that everyone with the family, they are traveling here and there, but the traveling, how can you explain other families? How can you inspire other family members as well to just go for the traveling, See, with the experience, I can say that what I learned, so, like, I have some PF with me, the amount. So, if I'm saving my amount, so I'm going to use my PPF amount for my, in the later stage. So, I'm saving those amount for my later stage. But what I'm bearing the expenses, that is away from my savings. So this is how I used to plan, that I don't want to use my PPF amount or something like that. So with the 3 years or 5 years of experience, this is what I have experienced, that I can go ahead. And what I can say to other people is like, we have sorry, I didn't get it. You can travel more with some time, and you can keep on saving. And I don't want that the saving amount, what I'm keeping, aside. I don't want to use it for the traveling purpose. So, if I used to use that amount, for example, if I'm all right, Deepak explaining that for 7 years, if you are going to just save some amount, so you can further make some expenses with that amount to travel, right? Yes, what I am about to say is you can save for years and then you can go for the traveling, with your family or someone. Okay. So people used to think that we can't go somewhere else. We can stay in our home as well. We are kind of lazy, but you can do this. Like, how could you coordinate among your family members? Like, you aren't lazy kind of person. So see, with the childhood, I had the experience to travel so much, you know, um, and I have so much of experience and I gain a lot of confidence. So if my family members didn't say that, or they aren't agreeing to just go for the trip, then I can go alone. And then when I'm back, they feel that, oh, we missed it. So in the next time they joined us, and this is how they gained the experience and they got the exposure. But when they are not coming along with me, they're feeling like they are missing something, and they just learn with this feeling, feeling of not going with my father or something like that, with the family member. So in the next time they wanted to go along. Okay, so this is how they just understood that, okay, we can go then later on. Okay, so from this much long period you have been into experience with the traveling purpose. So any challenges you have faced, could you please share those? Yeah, so see, for the challenges, I can highlight 3 points. Like, once I'm done with the hotel booking and everything, and when I'm back to home or something, like, people used to question me so much for the hotels, like in the restaurants or something. So we had bit of arguments as well. So I used to pay them that, okay, you can take some extra charges. And then later on, with these hurdles, I also got some money written back as well. So there is a place name, I guess. This is a place name where I went. So it was so heighted, it was on the top of the mountain. And our vehicle got broken down in the midway. So I just held the person, and we just walked around to the top of the place where we actually wanted to go. And the place was not that much fascinating. So we returned back, and this is how our vehicle, which was broken down, that was just repaired out, and then we went back again, because it will be like a waste of time for us if we will be reaching a destination and then we find the place is not that much fascinating. So that was the thing which we thought that yes, this is a good experience, and we saved it. We saved our time as well. So, if we have like phones with us and we can make calls, so this is how we also need that we can take bit kind of help for the communication, not much more than that. Okay. So one more thing I wanted to ask, that in the company, the tourism company where you have been working, the name is, I guess, something like Tesk. So those people are understanding in a much better way, right? Like, could you please highlight some points with the company kind of view? Okay, so see, I went to Kedarnath once. Requesting you, could you please share the name, please? So this is a place name where I went in 2000 around maybe, and it is a beautiful place, kind of a person can get goosebumps by visiting that place. And we went like walking around in that place, and my child was kind of a bit small, so we thought that okay, we can leave him behind. But when we reached, it was the there are 4 places where I went, Mansarovar and something like that place we went one time. And then coming from that place, we went to other place as well. And we visited like this 4 places, going to one place, then to another place. And this is how we liked it. Um, it was so interesting for us. We liked it. And this is how we went those destinations. And it was really nice to be there. And one more thing, what I wanted to say, there were some more places, where we went. Okay, so I just remember one thing, I couldn't forget it, that any memorable place you can share with us. So I can say that there are a few places. First is, what was that place? Could you please explain us? Yeah, that is a place of Lord Shiva. Okay, so that is a wonderful place.
Prachi, switch.
Yes.
So we've been there, and so for a year, they have the duration you can, I mean, visit there. So I think it's from May mid to the July, the August end. So you can visit the place, and the other time the temple is usually closed. So it looks so great, and but now the things, and I mean, when we see the places nearby us, and when we see the Lord Shiva's place, that is so beautiful. And the Badrinath temple. So when we go from Badrinath to uh, there is another Lakshmi temple over there. That is, we have to walk 25 kilometers around. So how much time it takes? It takes around 3 days. Okay. Yes, so it takes around 3 days, and we, I mean, walked around 50 kilometers. I would always remember, and I had a good memory. So that was I mean, we always went there 2 times in a year. And if I talk about Amarnath, we have Lord Shiva's shrine over there. Also, they have 2 months time only during 1 hour, so during 1 year. So, and we walked around 60 kilometers, and I think it took 4 to 5 days. Okay, so you walked for 4 to 5. That was a beautiful place. And so the place is in Assam. it's a lake, uh, so it's a, it's a lake where in the center in Assam we can see. So we went through the bus, and our bus stopped over there. So it took around 2 hours, to reach the place, and that was a beautiful lake. And also, they also have a fixed duration, and I see the fields and all the land area. They were so great. And also, there is a temple in Kerala. So it just opened for 30 days only. That's all in a year. People, whoever would like to go over there, it's a beautiful temple. It's in Kerala, Kottayam. It's in Kottayam, and nearby Elipuza. Yeah, so it takes around 3 to 4 hours, and that open for 6 months only in a year, and being closed for another 6 months. So from Elipe to Kottayam, it if you're going back, so the two ways round trip will, the duration would be around 8 hours. So if you're going to the place from Elipe to Kottayam, then it takes around, if you're going there and then you're coming back, takes around 8 hours. And they all have the agrarian fields and all. So they are open for 6 months only in a year. So they also have that is called as a remote place as well. As you mentioned all these places, so have you traveled along with your family members? So from these places, I have only traveled to 2 places along with my family members, and for the other places, I've traveled alone. Okay, it was great. Yeah, sorry. With family members, it was 3, and alone it was 4 places, I think. Okay, I think we have understood whatever you have mentioned. So if people would like to ask you anything, we will have you once again. Thank you for sharing all your memories and journeys with us. Thank you. So now we would like to have Karuna. Hi, Karuna. As you can see that we just had the another panelist, and he shared the his journey and challenges. So would your challenges would be same or different? So I think he's more experienced, but it doesn't matter. Everyone have their own unique experiences. Maybe you would have something different, right? Yes, I have different experiences. You have traveled alone. You have traveled solo trip, right? So I would like to ask you, what makes you interested for traveling alone? So I was around 19 years of age. 19. Oh wow. So how I started traveling outside of my place, when I did my schooling, my when I see my mother, she is being going outside with the women. So I wanted to travel, and I thought that yeah, I am interested in this thing. So I thought that how I could go. So I asked my mother. She said yes, you can go. But I asked her that the places are not safe. She told me that you can communicate very well. Why are you scared? What is the point is bothering you? I told her that I am so young. People might think that I could be an easy prey. She told me no, you are brave and you can travel. So she inspired me, and I felt confident at that time. Yes, I can accept the challenge, and I thought that I will go. So I went to Pune from Mumbai. Then I traveled alone. I went to Pune and met other people, and like they were saying, "You're so young and you're traveling alone." I was, so what? So I mean, Deepak is asking, earlier we don't have the smartphone, so how did you? I mean, travel. Yes, we had the SMS facility only, but earlier we have Orkut, not the Facebook. Yeah, right. We have Orkut where we can see. Orkut is, that was like to connect with new friends. That was also the app. So I connected with deaf community with the help of Orkut. So I saw that, yeah, I can. travel and I can easily communicate with other people. So the people who would be speaking Hindi language and I only knew English language. So I tried to communicate with them through gestures. Yeah, it took a long time. Earlier we don't have any technology. So it took a long time to explain to them. There was uh, a little challenge over there. So I went on solo trips. So when I was, traveling in the train, when my mother told me that yes, I traveled along with her, and I thought that yeah, it would be easier for me. So when I went to north from south alone, yes, okay. So from my place to Delhi, I went over there and I met other people, and other people told me that you are 20 and 21 years old and you how could you travel alone? But then I was traveling, I was I was just I do not want to confine myself to Mumbai only. I wanted to explore the other places, in this area, Assam, and also I wanted to see the Pakistan border, and I visited over there and felt much in that time. So yeah, that's how I travel again and again. So again, I came back to Mumbai. Now I'm more focusing on my work. So it's been 4 years when I traveled, and now I have shifted my focus to my work. But I miss traveling, And yes, sometimes we have a group as well. I not a lot, but yeah, few times we visit along with other people. So in COVID time, in the middle of COVID duration, I wanted to go outside and wanted to do something different. That was a long time. So I wanted to go for a solo trip. So I thought that yeah, I can go to Rajasthan. I would like to visit the place. So now we have the technology and we have other things. Everything's are ready for us. So it's easier to book, and we could translate from English to Hindi. We can communicate. We can show the image, and it's a easier process these days. So I went to Rajasthan. Why I want to go for a solo trip, because I would like to experience if I would be able to travel alone. I mean I don't want to get scared and all. And yes, I did. And I understood that yeah, I have the capability to do it. There are other people who are asking me that you travel alone, how I mean how could you? So I told them this, yeah, I have traveled earlier as well. So I want other deaf women too, like me. But yeah, I feel happy to that I can travel solely, I think. Deepak here. Yeah, so I think I've seen, I would like to show a video of Karuna where she is sharing her experience. Great. So yeah, we could see that you were alone in all the pictures. Yes. So I mean, traveled along with my family also, sometimes solo trip as well. And we have the mixed group also who went on the trip. So 3 time I went on solo trip along with the group also I went on the trip. So on solo, uh yeah, maybe I can share it later on. Deepak here. So on the solo trip, I mean, you shared your experiences. Could you share the details of the places, 3 places where you travel alone? Yeah. So I went Pune. Okay. Second place to Delhi. Okay. Have you traveled to any other faraway places? Third one is Punjab. Yeah, there are other places also. Bangalore. Rajasthan also, you said Bangalore. Yes, fourth one is Rajasthan. Okay, perfect. So as you travel alone, you like solo trip also. So you liked, I mean, solo trip lot, or I mean roaming around with the group. I like both of the things. Okay. So when you travel alone and when you travel in the group, so what do you think that, I mean, the expenditure is more in the solo trip or in the group trip? So if I have to travel alone, I can choose, and anything I can pay accordingly. If I compare to the group, other people would they would have the arguments, and sometimes people would not get agreed. If I would be going on a solo trip, I can enjoy myself. But if I would like to visit something at any place in group, people might refuse, and I might feel sad at that time. So I mean, yeah, expenditure is more in the when you are going in the group. So Karuna, if you travel and you're traveling alone, right? You are ready. So there are no other women. So would you like to explain, and would you like to spread the awareness to them? Will it be possible for you? So when I was young, I traveled at the other places. I thought that yeah, I can travel, and I'm much confident. So there are other females, who are not traveling, and I to ask them. They told me that they don't feel safe, and they are scared to travel alone. So they have a fear of traveling alone. I understood that thing. So yeah, maybe they are more dependent on their family. They said yes, we are dependent on the family. If the family were not accepted, we will not go ahead with it. So I tried to explain them, try to empower them a little. They said yes. I mean, I told them that one day you should come to, and they said okay, we can try. So I told them that yeah, I explained them all of things. They went to southern India, and when they came back, then they felt that when they went outside, that was a different experience. Then they explored so much things. They felt inspired. Then later on, they said they want to go again, and I saw that they went on solo trip again and again. So that was the applauding part for them. Wow! So you explained them, and they were thanking me. I hope. I mean, yes. Second thing, I asked them that you can come along with me, but they told me that we don't feel safe. For example, if I am traveling, I have to wear simple clothes, t-shirts and all. If they are, I mean, wearing any revealing clothes and all, so they don't feel safe, and that's why they want to go along with their family members only. I understood that thing. That could be, I mean, the clothing that also impact your journey as well. So earlier, you explained to the other women. I hope there would be other women too, and you can empower and explain them, and they might start traveling solo. So when you travel, and when you are traveling alone at that time, is it happen like you felt unsafe, or I mean, how did you feel positive all the times? How did you uh, have overcome your fear? So earlier I experienced this thing. If I would be talking softly to anyone, if I would be having soft expression, so people sometimes they think that yeah, I could be an easy prey. So if I'm talking to them and they can easily touch me and all, so I understood that we should have a fair space where people would see that she's a strong woman, and we should be careful. So that's what I understood in my experience, and that has happened 3 to 4 times with me. You know, they then I could become an easy prey for them. If I would have a fair space, then it would be not a easy thing for them. Also, if I would be wearing any revealing clothes and all, that could be, I could become an easy target for them. If I would be wearing, I mean, simple clothes like jeans or t-shirts and all, then they would not seeing me something like that. I mean, they should get the hold on me or something like that. If I would be doing any such makeups and all. So, for example, if you have to go to the washroom, right, at any place, and you see um there are places where there is nobody, so you have to see where you can go to the hotel and in the washroom. Don't go in the open area. That's how you can save yourself. Yeah, that could be the mantra. So yeah, it's so difficult, for male I think it's sometimes easier, but yeah, for female it's quite difficult. So as you just mentioned that, yeah, you would like to go, you still would like to go on solo trips. So, but sometimes what happened with people, if they have experienced something, so they think that later on they would not like to go. So, but how you could be confident still enough? But if someone is holding on me, or someone, I mean, understanding me as a easy prey, but that will not stop me. I will learn from those things, and I will be careful from next time onward, that I will not be soft to them. I will always be strict, so that they will not uh, think that they can easily hold on me and something like that. It's challenge and all of these things. So one question I would like to ask you, what dream you would have, I mean, for the coming future? So, I've been thinking I wanted to go only, I would like to have the young or adult women, and I would like to go on a trip along with them. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe hearing and the other people, they can also come. That's what I was thinking.
Manisha, can we switch?
Yeah.
So, see, I will take some time to just share. Okay, so I just hope that your dream come true very soon. And the past experiences, what you shared, no? And you shared some 4 days experience, I guess, to Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh. Yes, I went to Himachal Pradesh. Could you please share some summary about it? Yeah. So, what was my experience from the past is I love to move around in the cities when I see around myself. So I want to experience something else. I wanted to go on a trek or something. So I felt that I wanted to do it. And in Himachal Pradesh, there is a place, Manali. And near to that, there is a place named as, sorry, I skipped the name. And there I wanted to go on a trek, the track where you move in a jungly area, kind of a forest area, sorry. So yeah, I went into the trek with other people and I thought it is going to be a good, but no, it was really tough, like what we had early experiences in the city. So in the meantime, when I can say that in the trek there is no internet with us, no phones for the 4 days, and it was like no transactions, online transactions, the fresh vibes in the place, that was so kind. The people over there were so humble, and it was really hard to travel on those mountain areas which were really rough, and it was kind of 13 kilometers distance, or sorry, 13 feet. Okay, a place where you have to move around. And how much kilometers that I have to see, might be 34 kilometers distance maybe. And how much time did you take? See, we took like one day we traveled and then we stayed, we took a break, and this is how we took 4.5 half days, and with no internet. Yes, with no internet. And what about the charging? So see, we had power bank with us. So this is how we adjusted. Oh, wow. And this is so impactful for me. Like the fresh vibes which I took from the trek, I couldn't forget ever those vibes. Like in the city where I traveled earlier, that was kind different feeling, but from the track, that was something which I couldn't forget any time. And I wish I can be a part of another track very soon. Wow, that's really nice. Thank you, Karuna. And we will be waiting to question you again, but I would like to request Deepesh to be here. Deepesh, could you please join? Hello. Yeah. Hello, Deepesh. So, see, could you please, firstly, I wanted to share your video of the experience. That was great. So that was the video. I hope it's really nice. So we had Karuna Jaishankar ji's experience with us. So now we wanted to know from you, Deepesh. So the group of people you have been with the friends group, so Jaishankar went with the family, Karuna went on the solo trip, and you were also there. So how did you feel with the experience? Could you please share? We have seen those experience of those two people. So what was your feeling with the traveling experience? So see, earlier, like my parents, and my family members from, so we have been into Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. We have been traveling into these two states. Yeah. So where in Madhya Pradesh or somewhere? So it's a place. It is a very famous place, signed as this. So this is where my family reside. So we just went with our family in the Rajasthan, and I saw much in those two states. So I thought that something very inspiring was there in the traveling. So in the Europe, when I went there, like many people from Europe, I saw that they are traveling like on the solo trip they went, and this is what inspired me in the Rajasthan, or the food culture, or the diversity which we see, in the culture, in the language of the people, whether they are deaf or hearing, what we see, the diversity, the differences in the taste. So I wanted to experience it, and I know that this will be really beneficial to me. That what is the place history, or what was the actual the place history, I wanted to experience that. And now when we see that the technology and with the modernization, we can find many much changes in our society, but there are some places where we can't even see the modernization. So I wanted to experience that. So from 2013 or 14, when I was quite young, kind of 15 or 16 years, I thought that at that time I didn't had any traveling experience. So for the first time with the friends group, I went. So I just asked my parents. So they just asked me, okay, so are you going with some known person? So I just shared the group of people details, and I shared that yes, everything, at that time we could have SMS facility, and everyone could use Hindi language. So now everyone is much prone to English language, not that much pro in the Hindi language. So earlier times we used to communicate in Hindi language through SMS. We all the group of people, with the family or with the friends. So we used Hindi language, and my family was quite confident with this, that okay, you are going. So we made everything, the planning, the bookings and everything. So we were two people, and we were just we had some challenges where we we missed one of our member into a place, and then we two were waiting and we were struggling to have some the vehicle facilities or something. Like at that time we couldn't have Ola or Uber facilities, so the translations, like Google helped us from the map, we could identify some places, or we can share the details of the place. Now it's quite better. But in the 2014, when we see, it was really hard for us, but we learned, on the solo trip for the location. Like I traveled for 8 hours alone, and then I used to ask my family members to pick me up from somewhere, and then I used to go somewhere. But I thought that doing it alone or with my family or friends, I felt that on the solo trip, it's kind of good experience, a unique experience. And with the locations, my friends used to help me. So I thought that I can choose some destinations where I wanted to visit. So I made proper plannings. I just thought that what kind of weather it can be. I studied about that, and I like researched on the Google. I just shared the experience of my friends, that what is the experience of those places and kind of. And now then I realized that with the weather, when I didn't research more about it, I sometimes forget my blankets or my warm clothes at my home. So this is what I experienced, and my home is from Jabalpur. So in the exam center, when I went there, for the 1 day army exam, it was. So it was an army exam, and we went with some group of people, and it was an experience where we had 2 or 3 people with us. And now this time when I compare, 2 people are much better, or we can be 4 people together for a trip. So I thought 4 people can be, much easy, so we can share with them. It's kind of easy experience because everyone are having different experiences, and then we come along and we can learn together. So I need to thank, like with the Europe experience, what I just thought, that persons are influencing me from Europe with the solo trips and all. So I'm really thankful to them. In India, I thought that yes, traveling can be much a bit easy, but I wanted to be a person where everyone can show. For example, I want some role models, or I need some travelers. I wanted to see them, but there were less amount of people. But in Europe, we can find many travelers, or we can say many solo trips they are having. So this is what I experienced. Like this what inspired me, and then I took my first step into traveling, and this is how I developed, like the group of people where they have the same interest, common interest, like of traveling. And then this is how it works. Wow, that's really a nice experience, Dipesh. So do you think in the group of people, for example, 4 people are better, or going on a trip with 2 people are much better? See, when we talk about friends, close friends, 2 people can be, kind of okay experience. We can be having a good one. But what I say, for the expenses, when we are two and we are making the expenses and coming back, that's really fine. But when we have common interest between the 4 people, that is also kind of good. But I experienced that with the 4 persons, it's kind of a bit good one. But yes, if that is like 5 to 6 people in the group, visiting with them, that will be quite difficult for me. But yes, that is fine for me, moving around with 2 people or 4 people. Okay, I'm okay with both these segments. Okay, so you said that's really nice, but this was how you experienced what. But I wanted to ask that in Europe, like when you meet some people, so this is what you can see the changes. So on Facebook or on social media, you have guided kind of like did few people guided you? You helped them or they helped you? We are not quite bit clear on this concept. See, on the Europe trip, or we can say in the Turkey. Okay, so firstly, this was started in Turkey in 2014 when I didn't had my phone. We used to have SMS interactions. One of my friend was interacting, and together with me in the Turkey, they were also having the same facility of SMS and everyone, just like in India we had in the earlier times. So we were really not known that we can help someone or likewise. But I asked them that, okay, we couldn't guide, but yes, we can help you by visiting some of the places nearby. And then we can just drop you for the dinner or something like that. And I just told that you can be visiting with your parents, that will be really helpful. But they said me that no, coming up alone is really a different experience, and when we are of a kind good age, so that's really nice. So I told them that no, if you are of 20s, then that is really not allowed by the parents. In the age of 29, 30, you can move by independently, So they said that no, we have many experience around us where we can find people who are quite young and they are moving on a solo trip. So this is what they inspired me. They shared their experiences, and they shared that in China they had 8 places where they visited, you know. Um, so this is a sign of a word which I missed, sorry. So there they can, translate some words. For example, how Google helped, So this is how we can have a good communication in different languages. So this in India, what when we say, different languages we find, and we found that yes, we can just try dealing with these different languages, and then we learned eventually. And this is how actually I worked, and I contacted everyone like outside the India as well, in London as well. There I shared my signed video, and there is a person who is a traveler, there is a deaf person who works as a traveler, and there is also a close friend of him, um whose family members, like kind of 2 to 3 people I had interaction over that place, and I shared the video, and then everyone contacted me regarding that video in the 2017 when I shared the video. And then I just thought that I'm sharing this video in the nation, in the India is only, but in the outer side of the Indias as well, people were contacting me that, are you from Rajasthan, can you help us, where we can stay, how much days we can spend over there. And I didn't had a proper planning, but I asked people that how I can help them, and then I shared the information with those people who contacted me, and then Google Maps helped me and everything, and this is how it all worked. And I also contacted like many people, and I learned so much. And there was a person, I didn't wanted to just use this word help. They said that you can work as a guide, this is what a new word they taught me. And then actually I was thinking that this is the word, help is suitable for this, that I can help few people. But then I learned in 2016, 17 around 17, 18, that there is an actual proper word as a guide, where I can guide a few people on the trips, And then in the 2023, again, in the festivals and everything, people used to contact me, and it was really a fun activity, Okay, so being in a trip with friends or contacting other people. So you said that being with 4 or 2 people was fine, but there may be some deliberations between you that people are not agreeing on a common point. So what will you do in those situations, or what you did? So see, when we are two people, it's quite easy to have discussions and we can solve a problem easily. But when we are in a group of four people, it's quite difficult, like we went Kedarnath, okay, which is in Uttarakhand, and we went with the people, like there was two people, there were two people from south, from the southern region, uh maybe from Vishakhapatnam or kind of place. So we just thought that we can just visit entire, the complete nation we wanted to visit. So they said that in Kedarnath, we have some limitations as we have to go in a particular time period. It's not possible that we can go any time in a year. No, I was saying about Kedarnath, Deepak. Okay, Kedarnath, which is in Uttarakhand, So there is a time period where you can just go in the, like in a particular time period prior to the winter season, or kind of where it's not much snowy or rainy. So at that time, like we planned it out and how we can go there. So few people were there who were agreeing on it, and some people were sharing interest that yes, we wanted to go. Some canceled it. So maybe people were thinking that we can be a part of this trip. And when we were planning that after 2 or 3 months we can go, so when we were deciding about the places, from the Google, so people were thinking that this is not a very famous place, we can just go there and come back, so that will not be benefited much. So this is how we were having some discussions, and there were kind of arguments, some cancelled plans, you can say. So we were also postponing our programs, that we can further postpone it for 1 month or 2 months. And this is how the schedule was rescheduled. And it was really a difficult task to maintain the time gaps, or just come at a common point where we can conclude something. So luckily, when we thought that yes, we can go, so we were so excited, and then this is how it went. Okay, so when you people were going, so did you experience something like the expenses were a bit much high, and then you faced some challenges that we have to take some loan from people, or kind of those things? Did you experience? So see, I can share here two stories with you. In the first story, we had like when we were traveling, with a group of people, we had a good amount of money with us. So the person who was sharing, that we have this much amount with us, but later on, we estimated the expenses that for the 5 days or 10 days, we can make an expense of 7 to 8 days. So people were saying that, no, I want that we can just have expenditure of 5,000 only. So we could also have some backup plans with us, but we didn't had at that time. So we didn't had backup plan that time. And yes.
So, whenever we run out of money, so we ask the friend and they will ask their other friends. Sometimes we have to take the help urgently. If we will run out of money, then we might ask, my friends, some have asked their family members as well. So if we are traveling at other place, how we can save our expenses for the food and travel. If we have saved money, then we figure out the things, expenses we have to make. I mean, we can take the bus instead of auto, and we can go for the food. So we have to share all of the things, and we have to plan accordingly. That's how we can save the money, right? That would be the plan A. And the plan B would be, if we are traveling along with the friends, if we have made the 5,000 and 10,000 budget, and we need to have a backup plan. Some people, I have asked other people, are you ready with the backup plan? They said this, yeah. I told them that if you are not ready with the backup plan, then I would not be responsible for them. I asked them, if you will run out of money, then you will do. So they said that, yeah, we will help each other. So yeah, I think it's we have to decide which location would be suitable. You have to decide your budget as well, whether it could be 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. You have to manage those things. So you need to have a backup amount for you as well. You need to be responsible. We don't need to showcase that thing. So then we will share the expenses with other people. So if we are at one place and we have did we expend, so we will take 1,000 from each person. That will make 4,000, right, from 4 people. And the other 3 people, they will not be responsible to pay at other people. So one people collecting the money from all other people, and he is spending at all the places. So at the end of the day, you will figure out how much money you have spent, right? And you can see that is going to be cheap. If that could be a possible, you can figure out 500 for each person. For example, if I have experienced that thing, so then the other time you can ask the other one to take the uh, cash, and they can pay for the other places as well. So if if you have to take the auto and hotels and you have to book that is going to separately. But if you would like to buy something you want for yourself particularly, you can buy for that. Then you can't take money from that collected amount which everyone has shared for the journey. That's how you can save the money. If there would be one person paying at one place and then other person paid 70, and for food one other person paid 120, and then third person paid 300, then they will say you paid much, I paid less. Then they will say that you have to pay me. Then it will create a mess, and people might get disagree with other people. So for not creating a mess, I learned this thing. Rather to ask each of the people to pay this much amount. So that was a good idea, where a deaf person shared with me that one person should collect the cash, and that person should be responsible to pay at all the places. And at the end of the day, that person can return the money, and the same other day you can do the same thing. Thank you so much for sharing your story and how the other people can travel perfectly. Thank you so much. So next, we don't have any other panelists. So now, if there are any doubts from the audience, we can from the participants, they can ask the query. So Dipesh here. Okay, yes, Dipesh would like to add something. So in India, if you're traveling the places, you have to book the hotel and the food, all other things. But the Kedarnath place is quite difficult, and we face a challenge. That was a people are thinking that could be a silent place, and it took 18 hours for walking and reaching to the place. Then our team understood you have to take a bus, you have to take auto. So if we are getting all of the things, that is okay. But if you have to manage all of the things by yourself, you will learn first time, and then you can manage all the things in the future by yourself. Yeah. So we have a we will be having the question answer round now. Can we have the participant who would like to ask question? Hello. So you would like to ask Dipesh? To whom? Karuna. I would like to ask Karuna. Can we have Karuna? Is my screen is looking okay? Yes, we can see you clearly. Hello. Good to see you. Nice to meet you, Karuna. Same here. I've seen you in Gujarat, Vadodara. So it was a great uh, experience listening to you. I have one question. Let me ask you. Like when you travel alone on a solo trip, you don't scared, right? And you are confident enough. Likewise, I can travel and I'm confident as well. But one thing, the one thing, I can't stay alone in the hotel. I don't feel safe. There they could record they could have the video recordings, and we might get raped as well. So I don't feel safe at that time. But in hotel, I have the feeling that I don't feel safe. But you feel safe, and I mean, what is your experience while staying at the other places? Thank you so much for sharing your concern, Karuna here. So, whenever I book hotel and all, first of all, I check their reviews, whether the hotel is good and what the other clients have given the feedback. If there will be moreover the good feedback, and also, that if you are staying alone in the hotel room, and there are dormitory as well, where they have the women group as well, not with along with the men. So that would be a safe dormitory. There are other women also. That would be easy. So yeah, I can stay over there. So if I'm staying along with my family, that's yeah, hotel would be a safer place. If I'm staying alone, then I might go ahead for dormitory. So yeah, one time what happened with me, I went to the hotel. There are the dormitory was full, and all the women were there. So then I tried to search on the internet. There were hotels and all, and luckily I found uh, a dormitory where the male and female, they were all together, and feedback was good, and it's the safest place I saw. And then I thought, okay, I will go over there, and I stayed there for a week, and my experience was good. So if I mean, there are other females and males staying together as well, that is also a good experience. And also, if you have a female group only living in the dormitory, you can go over there as well. But I have not seen that thing. I know in Europe and the other Western countries they have this thing. I have not heard about it. Yes, they have. Oh yeah, so still right. If you are getting the package and all, back package, there are a lot of hostels and all, and you can get for that dormitory options as well, where you can have the uh female group. So you have, I mean, there are the star rated hotels and all. That is, the average one for a one day, it will take around 500 to 750 rupees for a one day only. So yeah, there are they were 3.5 star rated above that hotels. So you were, I mean, stayed along with the women. So they had the complimentary breakfast as well. Yes, I mean, some hotels provided me, some not. Okay, I will contact you in the future. Okay, so I hope you can help us. I think if two of us, I don't want other people, to get be argued and all. We two of us can plan a trip. Thank God I found you luckily. So it would be good to have you and other one as well. Two or three people we can go. So I would like to go. I mean, which place would be better? Yes, you can go at any place. Okay, thank you so much. That was my question. Next question. Can I log out? Yes. Hello. Hello, Himanshu. To whom you would like to ask your question? First of all, I would like to explain something. I have missed something. You remember earlier we had the Rahul Jan. I would like to have Rahul right now. Don't worry, we can have him later on. We are still planning. I saw that, yeah, there are people here, the travelers, but he has traveled to Western countries also because I wanted to move to the other Western country. I thought if you could have Rahul, I would like to ask him. No problem. We can have the panel discussion once again, and then you can have him. How can I connect with Rahul? Yes, you can connect with Rahul correctly. I mean, directly with him. I shall ask him, then I will update you. Okay. But one thing I would like to add on here, like when I see this is the first time I'm attending the session, and I have not experienced this before. But thank you so much for conducting these sessions. So I'm so sorry that I have been spotlighted, but I wanted to ask the Rahul questions how we can get the visa and all, how we can move to the other country because he can support the deaf community. That's how we can I can help other people as well. to visit the Western countries as well. There are hearing people who are moving to the Western countries, but what about the deaf people? You would like to feel proud and would like to help other people. You know, IELTS exam about that. Yes, we have to go and prepare for that. So I'm aiming for that, and that's what I wanted to ask him. I know this is not the good time. No problem. Later on, you can ask him, and I'll update you moreover on that. Please let me know if I can. I mean, connect. Yes, you can connect with the Hair a Million team. How are you? I mean, there are hearing people. Can you communicate? Yes, you can connect on Instagram. Don't worry, you have just informed me. I will remember. This is my sign name. I'm from Haryana. Yes, so you're from Bangalore, right? From South, I know that. Okay, I will connect with you. Thank you. Bye bye. Next participant. Hello. I would like to have Karuna. Hello. Hi. So, how old are you when you felt confident and earlier you don't have the smartphones? How could you remember the places? Like you don't have the maps and all. How could you travel? So earlier, we have the SMS services only. We don't have the technology earlier. We have keypad mobiles. But I do have the laptop. I research all of the things on the laptop, and I note it down on my notebook, and I remember all of these things. Then I started traveling. No, but now we have smartphones and technology. It's easier. But you know how it is. You remember the names of the places. I mean, Australia and Bombay and every other things. You could remember those things. How could you remember? So I've learned in my school, and also my mother informed me as well. She has experience of traveling. She told me and she guided me. That's how I remember the places of the name. I know that, yeah. I learned from my school and also from my mother. So when you travel alone, how was your experience? Also, when you travel alone, mm, second question, being a deaf woman and at some places when you are traveling, it's not easier. Some places are good, some places are quite tough. So, what was your experience? So, Karuna here. When I don't have the mobile at that time, smartphone, my mother told me when she has traveled and she shared her experience along with me. She showed me some pictures and all, and I saw that. Also, earlier we don't have the Facebook as well, and we have Orkut at that time, where we can, I mean, connect with the friends and we can ask them. I asked their experiences. They said this, yeah, you can travel. I wanted to visit the places. I didn't go there. My mother told me, yes, you can travel and you can try places. That's how I learned. That those were the eye opener thing for me. That's how I felt confident that time. Okay. Thank you. It was clear. Yeah. Okay, next participant. Okay. I would like to have Jay Shankar now. Okay. So I would like to talk to you. Like when you are visiting Kailash, Parvat and all, and you, I mean, stayed for how long? How did you, for how many days? So that was, for first day we walked for 10 kilometer. So we have a camp over there and they will provide the food and everything. For the second day, we walked for 22 kilometers. We stayed over there in the camp. Then the next day, we again walked for 10 kilometers, then 22, then 16. It makes around 50 kilometers. Yeah. So the first day it was easier. The second day it was so third day easier. Okay. So the the terrain was this plain, or they that was, I mean, different? Yes, that was a normal terrain they have. You know, I mean, we don't have the roads and all over there. That is the mountain roads. You can, I mean, imagine how could it be. So we don't have to trek. That was a normal plain plain walking road and all. So yeah, that was 18,000 kilometer above on the ground. And sometimes, you know, we feel uh pukish as well, and sometimes we have a breathing problem also. It was so difficult to walk. First day, sometimes it's easy. Second, it was difficult. That's how we walked on the Kailash Parvat. So you went along with the deaf group or the hearing people? We're talking about the Kailash Parvat. I went alone. You went alone, not other people. So I mean, you went along with the deaf people, or also, I mean, you've traveled alone only? Yes, I traveled at other places also, the Kedarnath as well. You're still going? Yes, you can have other people as well. Can I also go along with you? Yes, can you help me out? Yes, definitely. I can. Can we have other deaf people as well? So do you have the interpreter also? Yes, we there are deaf female as well, and she can help us. We have the other hearing people also. Okay. So you help me out, and I would like to travel along with you. So the places, the Lord Shiva shrine and all, I would like to go. And these are all good places. I remember I went there earlier, but you know, there are other people who, I see that, yeah, there were some boys, the people who looked kind of not related to our country and all. So you feel, I mean, were you scared? Have you seen that something over there? So God bless you. I mean, you felt, you were so confident and you didn't feel scared. But you know, the first time, if I would see something like that, I would not go at those places again. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to be confident to visit the new places. Okay, thank you. Hello.
Manisha, can we switch?
Yeah.
Okay. So could you please share your name? Um, all right. So I wanted to have a question with the Jai Shankar ji. So I really liked your experience, you know, what you shared. So do I need to share my name to you? So this Deepa, should I share my name? Yes, yes, you can carry on. Like so I'm Danesh from Bangalore. And I wanted to question Jai Shankar. Hello. Yeah, hi. So I seen your complete experience, you know, what you shared. So on YouTube, when I saw your experience, you know, you have visited many of the temples. So, like, who taught you about the temples or something? So see, I read everything from the internet. All right. So from the Wikipedia, I collected all the informations and I read completely all the information. And then also additionally, like, you know, from the other things, you know, you can get the informations and from the websites and other things, I got the information like in a much better form. So for all these collection of data, you know, then I experienced these things. Okay, so internet, Wikipedia, and everything helped you, you know. So, did you experience all the temples or partial experiences you had? So, see, I had all the experiences. Sorry, I can't see the complete signing of him. So I requested to just settle down some camera as I couldn't see the complete signing. Okay, so I also just collected the data about the weather as well. I framed the time schedule and then I visited those places. This is what the information helped me, and it saved me really. Okay, so I can really say that this is really helpful. So you visited some places like maybe with the deaf or hearing participants, for the trip, or maybe there are volunteers in that trip as well. And did you experience some extra facilities as well? So see, I received some bonus and some kind of facilities, and that is not like ticketing and everything for the discount and everything. That is not my concern. It's like one-to-one interaction with the company. So I get some bonus kind of facilities. So did you met any accident or something? Are there any facilities for you? Yes, we have some proper guidelines and we have a proper contractual letter, or the agreement letter which can give assurance to you. Those we have. So if you can sign those and the claims or the causes which are mentioned, if you have signed, then it's your responsibility, then the company or the person is not responsible for any mishappening. But if you haven't signed, then yes, we can take the charge. But if you have signed it and you just read all the clauses, then it's your particular responsibility, So this is how we all take the initiative. And we have many rules and regulations with us. So this is how it worked. So, okay, one more thing I wanted to say. Just a minute, hold on. 1 minute, 1 minute. Could you please see? See, I forgot. Okay, so please give chance to another person as well. Don't ask 2 or 3 questions. There are many more people who are waiting along, Could you please see me? I forgot. Okay, sorry. Thank you. I understand that. Thank you. All right. Hi. Hi. The person named with the Galaxy J7 Prime. Hello. Oh, could you see? Hey, the person who is wearing the white t-shirt. Yeah, me? Yes, you. So, what is your sign name? So, I'm Sanjay. So to whom you wanted to put your question? I wanted to ask Karuna. Okay, Karuna. Hello. Yeah. So I wanted to raise a question for you, that you have been traveling to many places, Mm. So see, I love traveling. When I was of, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. Uh, could you please just put your phone in a different mode, because like I can't see your complete signing. Okay, a bit, far. Could you please repeat the question? Could you please repeat the question, Sanjay? Okay, so my name is Sanjay and I'm from Pune. So Karuna, I wanted to ask you that which place you love traveling? So when I was very small, my parents were moving so out and I could see the pictures, and that was so fascinating to me. I just wanted to go like them. In the Mumbai, and I thought that every place is just like Mumbai or a place which I experience, So I wanted to go in a different state. And when I traveled, I found something very unique, I just experienced something different, like the cultural difference was there, and I could see the diversity. And I wanted to continue this. This is what like exposure I felt, It was the exposure bomb I can feel that something else I am experiencing, and this was really nice feeling. Okay, so my second question is, so you gained your confidence with learning, right? So what do you see in your future? Like, for example, you wanted to go on a tracking, or you wanted to change some mindset of people. So there are many people who are really doing great, So it's like other officials, or where they just raise their nation. That is a pride feeling, So in the similar way, do you experience that as well? So yes, that is a nice feeling, So I have also traveled in many places, and in so there is a place with C name, and I have been with my friends group, I went to those places, and that was really not easy. It was a difficult task to just go on a trek, and it just really hard that you can't even get some water at the time when you needed it, and the legs are like paining, when you are moving around. It was really a hard task, and we were really so tired. So this was my experience, and I really liked how you did, with your experience. And one more thing, I noted something. Just a minute. Wait a minute, please. Wait a minute. Hi. Hey, hey, hey. So see, confidence is really very important. And this is how you can come up. Yes, it does. So you have to set yourself free. You can't stay bounded, You have to do something really nice. So thank you. That was it. Okay, we can proceed further with the other person raising hand. Nidhi. Okay, so Nidhi, to whom you wanted to ask your question? I wanted to ask to Karuna. Okay, so I have a query. In Delhi, Mumbai, or somewhere places, we find many difficulties in the transport. Like, could you please repeat the question? Yeah, so I'm repeating that in night, when we used to travel into other places with the metro or trains, so how can you deal with this? So you have to be on time. That you wanted to ask me about the timing. So see, what do you think? Like the best perfect timing. So see, you wanted to know about my timing or something like that. So see, I prepare some schedule with the timing, a proper time schedule. Then that where I have to reach at what time, and when I have to go on sleep, and when I have to wake up around 4 a.m. or something like that. And then I just do accordingly. No, so did you face any like rush up kind of at the last minute? So no, I have been always like the proper scheduled person. If I'm going to reach in some time, then I'm quite awake at the time, and I'm quite careful. So this is how I used to manage with the time. So with the SMS facilities, are you thinking that that was a really easy task for you to manage? Yes, so see, sometimes it does, but for example, when you can see, the timing is properly mentioned that when you have to go for sleep and how you have to manage. So it's quite noted down in my papers. So, okay, one last question now within 2 minutes. So, hey, one question we can have now. Okay, just one question. Okay, thank you. So, this is my sign name. I'm Ajit. To whom you wanted to question? Um, no. With the three travelers, Jayashankar, Karuna, and Deepesh, to whom you wanted to question? Is I wanted to question Karuna. So, see, my sign name is this. Okay, me, Ajit, and I'm from Chandigarh, and I'm working in a gas service, maybe kind of department, maybe. So in 2018, I had my experience. So I went to a place and I went Taiwan, you know. So when I achieved the second designation, kind of appreciation, so I went Taiwan. So there was one person who was like, who was missing some visa kind of things. So I helped him, but somehow we managed it. And with the tickets, we stayed in the queue and we were waiting, and everything was displayed on the boards. But when they were putting the questions, so I was thinking that for the disabled persons there was some service center, service reception. So we went over there, and then we shared that we are deaf, and we had the written question answer round, like kind of written conversation. So they were asking very difficult questions with us, and we couldn't understand it. So they were asking that what is the name and kind of things. So they said that, oh, we just had a conversation with the interpreters, and this is how we can have a good conversation. So I asked them that how they can help us with the tickets and everything. So this is how it was arranged. And then they also questioned us, just a minute. Is there a question or you are just sharing your experience? There is a question. No, I'm going to question him. Just a minute. So see, we had a conversation. This is how interpreter helped, and we had a ticket. We got our tickets. So now what else we can do? So what is the question? I didn't get it. So on the airport, there are hearing facilities like the persons. So see, if you are a deaf person, anyone can give assistance to you. So see, they can provide us assistance, but after reaching a destination, when we reach, we thoroughly understand the situation and then we gain the confidence. But um, moving here and there when they are giving the assistance and everything, we waited a long time. And when we reached Taiwan, when we reached, everyone was like, no one was Indian. So when we reached over that place, I thought that I am the one Punjabi over there, and I was really feeling a bit lonely, kind of, because Taliban is a different place. So when we had the written conversation, so I just said that I am deaf person, and this is how they just shared all the documents, checked my documents, and so there were some questions. He was asking me about this sign and all. Deepak is saying, see, everyone is waiting for the question. Like, could you please come to the point? Please don't share the summary, Okay, I can quit the session. Okay, we can have one more last question, please. Just one last question. Shalendra? Yes, me. We can have one last question. So, to whom you wanted to ask the question? To Karuna or to Dipesh or to Jaishankar? I will ask to Karuna. Okay. Do I need to sign? Yes, please go ahead. Oh, I was a bit confused that there was one more girl who was raising the hand. Okay, so I'm from Bombay. Okay, and this is my sign name. And I love traveling. Okay. So we were 10 people, like with Jaishankar maybe, that sorry, around 40 deaf persons who were like married or unmarried, and so my wife and my child, we three were traveling here and there. When we initially started, we were a group of people, and then we were just three. And because everyone was just having that we are not available at this time and that time, so we couldn't make up that time. So I wanted to question you, Karuna, that in the hotels, when we make online bookings and we see the feedbacks, that what are the reviews of persons, so when we see that yes, the room is good, the bedding and everything is fine. So when we reach there, like we initially get some room which is like maybe on the top floor where we can have much, it is so warm. There is no facilities much. So and also there are some services like when we booked, so there are few services which were mentioned, but when we went there, it wasn't available. So the persons were saying that on online, when you booked, it was kind of bit cheaper for you. So we shared some less amount of services with you, but at the same like with the same time, other persons were having much more good experiences with the services. So this is what I experienced. So can you please share what the best we can do? See, as far as I can say that for the cheaper you have booked, you said, but you have to see the stars as well, the rating stars. So that may be like if you have, for example, if you have booked a less rated hotel, so there may be a loss for you. So it was a 3-star hotel when I booked. So it was kind of good for me. So I booked on Oyo. Oh, I really hate Oyo. Okay, I had many bad experiences with Oyo, so I'm not much comfortable with Oyo. I am comfortable with other, other services, but not with Oyo. This is what my experience is, that I didn't had a good experience with Oyo. Okay, and they also asked me that if you can prior book, then we can make the arrangements and something like that. So this is how we can deny or something we can do. Okay, thank you.
Karachi switch.
Please.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. But I would like to inform everybody, please, the participants who is here, and if you think that was benefited, kindly fill the feedback form. It's in the chat box. Please fill out the feedback form, and thank you so much for supporting us, and your feedback will help us to do much better in the future. So now I would like to thank everybody for joining our sessions and being here for the complete these 1 hour 45 minutes. Thank you, Jai Shankar and Karuna and Dipesh, for accepting and coming as a panelist. People shared their queries and they shared their experiences. That was a great experience. Thank you for all the people who have who were handling the Zoom and recording the session. Also the interpreters, thank you